Welcome to Porsche Cup, Week 7. We're jumping directly in Lombardy, Italy, in one of my favorite tracks, Monza. Let's take a quick look at the qualification lap before we check the race highlights. Tires and brakes take a lot of time to heat up on their own, and I often miscalculate the first corner on the first qualification lap, which I did in this race as well. Because of this, we'll be pushing in the second one, as the first lap was above 148, which is pretty slow. Starting the second lap, now with optimal tire and brake temps, we're chilling and pushing. The car feels comfortable as we ran hot laps for 30 minutes before the race with qualification setups. So we should have the pace for podium. I managed to get some really good pace out of this corner, which boosted my lap with 200s on its own. The last corner of the track is as tricky as it is simple. If you get your braking point slightly wrong, you can go too wide, which opens the door for a lot of opportunities. I had issues with it through the whole week, but luckily, we didn't have such in this qualification lap. We managed to go below 48, which isn't the fastest, but it will do. We got P3, which was good enough on its own, but even better, P1 had a full start. We are on the hunt. Running down the straight, I was already planning to get in front of P1 as soon as possible, as I knew the people behind him will lose the slipstream or at least make it less effective when he enters the pit to serve his full start penalty. We got a clean first corner without any accidents, which is pretty unusual for Monza, so I knew this is the chance. We had a plan and we should start executing. I was really hoping for P1 not to defend so hard since he knew he's going to pit anyway. I got aggressive as soon as I could, attacking the inside corner on the second chicane, which ended up giving me the first place. Now the plan was pretty simple. Push, 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 no mistakes, and we would have it. But only if it was this simple. Here, P1 decided to pit on the first lap to serve the penalty, and the plan worked exactly as it should have. I now had a bigger gap from P2, but he was still in my slipstream, so I had a lot more work to do. We'll skip ahead into lap 5, where I had extended the lead to almost a second. I was feeling pretty comfortable, but still trying to push further. You can see there is a lot of space between P2 and me. If you're wondering why we're in his car, just stay put, you'll see soon. I was too focused on the road ahead, facilitating the gap as much as I can, when suddenly I caught this in my mirror. Very unlucky for Tom. But we've all been there. Anyway, I can't hide that I felt relieved when I saw this happen, but I knew the race wasn't over. In In fact, the race was just starting. I was left with P2, Pelisander, and P3, Diego Smith behind me. And these guys were fast. The gap was now huge. I was over a second ahead and I had 9 laps to go. Things were looking very good for us.
Where do I belong? When did I go wrong? Why did I have to go? Can't find my way back home. I'm a time traveler. I can't get back.
We spent a few laps just cruising together, which was really cool to experience.
Can't get back.
But
I don't know.
it lasted only a few laps.
Time traveler. I can't get back. I'm a time traveler. I can't get back.
Out of nowhere, I decided to lose my rear for a second by pushing the gas a tiny bit more than usual, which caused me to lose my whole advantage. As you're about to see, my problem started from here. All this happened around lap 10, with just 4 laps to go until the end. So everybody was pushing. I will just shut up here and let you enjoy the battles, as there were so many and so aggressive on all sides. Things really started to be wild out of nowhere. Every lap we would end up almost 3 wide, and I was really pushing for the defense because I really wanted that first win. I knew that letting someone pass here would cause me to lose not only first but probably second place as well. The pressure really was getting to me as I kept making mistake after mistake. Diego tried to take the inside on the next turn, so I went to the left to defend, which caused me to brake a little too late, and that forced me to go off track, cutting the chicane. Thankfully the slalom was just 0.5 seconds, so I managed to at least defend second position and get a nice exit by Diego again. The Porsche Cup has some really good slipstream on the straights, so I managed to get on Diego's tail again. By the end of the straight, I got ahead again. Here starts the last lap of the race. After defending with my life in the last 3 laps, I need to do it for another 11 turns to grab that win. And of course, we make a mistake on the first turn. We jump on the brakes a little too late, which causes us to get the second turn in a really bad way. And of course, Diego is doing the most logical thing here. He's pushing us to get that corner on the inside, which is what we do. However, this time we don't slip up and we take the corner well. Now we're going to jump in Diego's car for the next 2 corners as something very unfortunate happened, for which he apologized after the race, so hey, I can't hold a grudge. I'm not sure what happened there, but I was defending pretty aggressively as well, swinging a bit, which probably caused him to miss his braking point and cause contact, which caught me off guard. We almost died there, but managed to save it. However, this was the least of my worries now, as I had Pele pushing from behind and Diego already peeking in front of me. The situation kept going worse and worse. but I decided I'll continue pushing and get that inside corner, which was the best decision in this situation. However, I failed the execution. I hit the braking point. However, I lifted the brake too early to not allow Diego to pass me, which caused me to go to the chicane a bit too fast, and that set me off track. That was it for my win. So we can all sit here and watch me cross the finish line in third place after leading the race for 13 laps. But sometimes it happens. This is racing.
Wow, what a good race, boys. That Sodor. Good race. Well done, lads. That was a really nice race. Thank you.
Regardless of the race results, the guys were right. This was one of the most exciting races I've ever had in iRacing, and I'm looking forward to more of such kind. Hopefully, we'll get a win in the Porsche Cup soon. Thank you for watching.
I'm a time traveler. I can't get